Hi everyone, today we're going to look at addressing letters. Now I know they're old-fashioned now that email is the thing and texting, but you are going to need to know how to send letters and sometimes pay your bills, even though you can do that online. But thank you cards are important to those relatives and friends and family that send you gifts. And I think friendships are fun when you send birthday cards through the mail. That's always nice. So I'm just going to show you an example of something I got in the mail. And you can see here in the upper left-hand corner, this is the person who sent it to me. So I'm a member of the Humane Society of the United States. Here's their address, 1255 23rd Street, New and Northwest, Northwest Suite 450 in Washington, D.C., 20037. That's their zip code there. So they didn't do it exactly how I would do it. I do it one line under the other, and I'll show you in a moment. But this is an example of something you might get in the mail. And here is my name and address. This is who it was sent to. So this is the return address. So if it got lost in the mail, they would send it back to the Humane Society. And this is the person that you're sending it to. Okay, so the person's name goes on the first line. Then you have the name and number of their street, right, their street address, and then the city and state and zip code. Now, one of the things we're going to think about as we address letters is capitals, because you will notice that you want the capital letter at the beginning of the person's name, beginning of their last name, the name of a street or lane or drive, whatever it is, the first letter in the city name, and then if you're using an abbreviation for the state, you would capitalize both of those letters. So let's look a little bit at that, and then I'll do another example on an envelope here in a moment. So it asks you here to write the addresses below using capital letters in the correct places and the correct punctuation. A lot of punctuation in addresses. It's not going to be periods as much as like a comma. So this says South Bank High School. That's the place that the letter would be going. So I'm going to start with that part. This section right here would be my first line. And I'm going to capitalize the S because it's the first letter of a place, a specific high school. If I were just writing high school, I wouldn't have to capitalize it. But because we have the name of the high school, we capitalize the S, the H, and again the S. So this letter would be going to South Bank High School. Now here's the number and name of the street or road. It doesn't actually say. So we're going to put that right underneath, 678, and we're going to capitalize that. So they're trying to trick you here. They didn't capitalize it. You need to know that you would capitalize the name of a road, a drive, whatever it is. So you can see how it's separated into sections. We have the name of the place, the street address, and then we have the city and state and zip code. That's your third section, which is your third line. So it's River City, Florida. So I have to capitalize the R and the C because it's the name of a city. Here's the comma. When they're talking about punctuation, you always separate the city from the state. The state is Florida, but because it's just using the abbreviation, we'll just capitalize the F and the L. And then the zip code is 42261. Okay, so that's one example of how you would address an envelope. If you want to send your money for your bill to Cell West Phones, here's how you might do that. Here's how you would address that envelope. So the name is here, that's the place. Then you have your street address, and then you have the city, state, and zip code. So you want to break it into three sections. So now we have the name, and of course it's the name of a business, so we're going to capitalize the beginning of each word. The C in Cell West, and the P in Phones. Now the second part is the street address. I'm going to put that right below, but I'm going to capitalize the name of the street. So a capital H and a capital S. And then, of course, the last section is the city and state. The city is called West Rock. Capitalize the W and the R. Put a comma to separate the city from the state. And WI for your abbreviation and your zip code. Okay, so when you do this, you're going to do this in your workbook. Refer back to the video and look at where I have capital letters and where those commas are. There's really only 2 on both of these. Now, just to give you more of a real-life example, let's pretend maybe Mrs. Woodland wants to send me a letter over the summer. So she's the sender, but she's at West Jeff, maybe we should say Jefferson to be more formal, Jefferson Elementary School. Okay, notice all the capitals because it's the name of a specific school, so we would capitalize that. And then we would have the street address, 26501 Barkley Road. And I'm going to capitalize the B in Barkley and capitalize the R in road. And of course for Conifer, I would want a capital because it's the name of a city. I put my comma to separate the city from the state. I'm going to capitalize the C and the O for Colorado. 80433. So maybe she's telling me about meetings I'll have in August, what to look forward to. So this could be from Mrs. Woodland to Mrs. Albin. So then here's how I would address to who it's going to. Again, capital for my first name, capital for my last, my street address. And if any of you would like to write a letter to me or send me a postcard this summer, I would be so excited. So keep this address, write it down, and send me something over the summer, and I'll write back to you. So my address is 9601 Aspen Lane. I'm capitalizing the A, capitalizing the L, and I live in Conifer. Capital C, put that comma, separate your city from your state, then capital CO, and then my zip code, 80433. Okay, so that's how you would use this skill in real life. And again, if you would like to send me something, I would love to be your pen pal over the summer. I know it's not as modern as email, but I love writing letters. So send me a postcard, send me a letter, and I'll write back to you. Now your job in your EL workbook, remember this, on page 114, you will see your assignment. It's the same thing we just did. The directions read, write the addresses below using capital letters in the correct places and the correct punctuation. You're going to be looking for that comma between your city and state. So you have Eagle Nest Elementary School, 45 Creek Road, Smithsville, LA, Louisiana, 87564. And then here's another address, Reader's Paradise Books, 164 Sierra Highway in Wellstown, South Dakota, 23415. So you will rewrite these just like I did in the example. Make sure they're in 3 lines because that's how we address our envelopes, 1, 2, 3, and then check for your capitals and punctuation. Please take a picture of this with your Chromebook camera and upload it to this assignment.